Hi, my name is Aaron Wilson, and this is the first show that I get to host on Public Praise, and I'm here with Kurt Faustin, motivational speaker, and I'm super excited. How's it going, bro?
Not much. How you doing, man?
Good, good, good. I'm so excited to have you on the show. I knew you for a couple of years now. You're a changer, a mover, a shaker in the community, so thank you for coming on the show today.
I appreciate it. I definitely do.
No problem, no problem. So I want to get right into it. Tell me what Triumph is.
So Triumph is a company I started that really specializes in professional, career, and organizational development. We have a beautiful tagline where Triumph stands for the three things that we talk about, whether it's identifying your goal or your motive, redeveloping your core skills, and those core skills are the soft skills. Everyone worries about the technical skills. Everyone worries about how fast you could type, for example, but we never worry about the attitude. We don't really dive deep into the communications. We don't dive deep into learning how to be ambitious or staying resilient. So those are the core skills that I speak about. Then developing new habits, because we are what we do on a consistent basis. So those are the three things I talk about. That's where the try comes from. Then the using motivation to push higher, umph. So I'm going out there telling people to try umph.
Wow.
And you identify your motive, really. We don't identify for you. You are the one that will proclaim your motive, your purpose on your journey.
Wow, so you put it in the person's control.
Exactly,
Wow.
exactly.
That's awesome. So why speaking? So I know you have this, but why speaking? What impact did it have on people, or what motivated you to actually be a motivational speaker?
Unfortunately, the NBA didn't draft me, so I had no other. I felt like I had no other choice. I actually learned. It was a couple years ago. I was reading the Bible, and in the beginning verse it says, "God said, let there be light," and it really spoke upon me because His words gave light. So I realized that our words can actually be very powerful, and it could speak light into people. If you think about it, I learned it from Jim Rohn as well, where people say, it dawned upon me. That also speaks to light and sight and really revealing what words can really do in someone's life. It could be very impactful. As we know, there's people out there that are struggling through their story, or they're going through different challenges and obstacles based off words that parents may have said or may have not said to them. So I realized there's such power in our story. There's such power when we deliver these words. And when you could craft a beautiful story, it doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter your political background, doesn't matter your demographics, but it can connect people together. So that's my passion right there. That's my love.
Wow, and it just reminds me when I do some workshops too, we do these affirmations.
Yeah.
And we talk about negative words and how we have to eradicate those and erase them and fill those with positive words. So that's awesome. That's awesome. So who is your target audience? Who do you focus on, or who do you narrow your messages to?
Very good question. So my target audience is literally anyone that is searching for a motive. I don't like to put a color and age to it, because there's people right now, for example, I do a lot of work within the community. There's people right now, it doesn't matter if they're 50 or 40 years old, I'm able to connect with them through the power of the story. And it's where they are in life. Right. If you're in a position where you're trying to overcome an obstacle, you're my audience. If you're in a position where you're trying to develop new core skills and become a better person, you're my audience. I believe there's such success within the process, not necessarily in the results, but the process of getting to the results. So my target audience is anyone going through that process or trying to get to that process, or even don't even know how to start that process. I'm here for you.
You're here for them. That's awesome. That's awesome. So I know that by hearing that, you really have a importance with reaching out to the community. I know that's really important to you.
Yeah.
So what are your avenues to actually reaching out and getting out to the community?
Yeah. Currently, right now, I've been doing it for 3 years. I go to Boston pre-release prison, and I've been speaking there on a Saturday basis through an organization called MCOI, Massachusetts Coalition Outreach Initiative, and I go through them. And we go to Boston pre-release prison. I connect, build, share stories, and actually I'm able to connect with a lot of them after they leave, because it's pre-release prison. So at times some people are in there for 20 years, 17 years, or you might be in there for 3 or 4 years. And hopefully through this organization we're able to connect with them. And also, I go to the Dimmick Center through my church, Kingdom Builders Church. So I go to the Dimmick Center halfway house and speak to individuals there on a monthly basis.
Nice.
So those are my two big avenues. I'm very, very passionate about that. But that's going to transcend into continue to go into schools. That's my next big push.
Next thing. And that's important too, because I know whether you're a speaker or whatever success you have, it's important to give back to the community. I know sometimes people elevate to a certain degree and they forget about the community they came from. So always giving back is important.
Yes, because if you think about it, we're all of service. Who are we serving? Leadership is service.
It's service.
We're being a servant to a cause, servant to a people, servant to something. Who are we serving?
And to be a leader, you have to be a follower. Awesome.
Very true.
So are you in a relationship? And if you are, how's that going?
My relationship, well, it's interesting. We have a very beautiful relationship. It has grown recently, it has grown a lot. It was more of a long distance relationship because my relationship right now is my dream. My dream of being a motivational speaker, impacting the community, being a voice for those who are voiceless or hopeless. That's my dream right there. Being on stage. So I have this luxurious dream of speaking and transcending people's lifestyles, all that stuff. So at first, when I had this dream, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, I was working a full-time job.
Wow.
But it was more of a long-distance relationship because I didn't apply time into that relationship. You know how people have relationship goals. Yeah. They like to, have me and my bae. Yeah. I was only seeing her on weekends.
So now you're doing the dream full-time.
Oh, I'm doing this full-time. I quit my full-time job. I'm chasing my passion, going all in. And, that means I'm devoted, I'm committed, I'm faithful, I'm doing all the good stuff.
If there was one word you can say to end this to someone that is on the cliff of jumping off to their dream, what would you say, but they're still having doubts? What's one thing you could say?
Failure. Failure will be your best friend because failure is not necessarily when you fall down on the ground because you're going to. Anyone that's successful has failed multiple times. I always love to repeat this. Michael Jordan said in his Hall of Fame speech, the reason why he is successful today because he has failed over and over again.
Wow.
So failure, embrace it.
Thank you so much, Kurt. I'm glad you came on the show.
I'm glad you
heard it here first. Thank you so much. Anywhere we can follow you?
Yes, K_Faustin on IG or Kurt Faustin on Facebook. Or you could go to the website, iTriumph, TRYUMPH.com.
All right, take care.